Hello, my name is Elijah Wells and today's review is On the Rocks. This movie, directed by Sofia Coppola and will be available on Apple TV and brought to you by A24, stars Bill Murray as this really out there dad who comes across her daughter, played by Rashida Jones, and of course she is very suspicious that her husband is cheating on her because he's been going away a lot on business trips because he's a free real estate agent, and that he had like millions and millions of followers like on his company alone. So with Bill Murray's kind of irrational thinking, they do a lot of shenanigans, like trying to follow him, to try and tail his car with a car like from the 60s, the big flaming red one, and travel to Mexico where he happens to have a conference. What I really enjoyed about the film is the performance of both Rashida Jones and Bill Murray, since the chemistry as father and daughter dynamics, it's really done well, and it presents itself in a really light tone, and it's nothing like Lost in Translation, where it's just where it's just pre-ambiguity, a lot of it, like in Lost in Translation. This is kind of a light and kind of a more of a joyous tone, nothing too hard to like swallow down compared to, again, Lost in Translation. Like, what did Bill Murray say to Scarlett Johansson's character in the ending of that film? We may never know. But, and also, what I find pretty niche about this film is its cinematography and its setting in New York. Even though this is like an Apple TV film or Apple original film, depending on what people are calling it, the cinematography in this film is so lush. Like, particularly during the night scenes where you see the skyline of New York, it's actually really nice to look at. And I'm presuming this is an Apple film and they have like iPhones and Apple laptops. I'm presuming like some films that may be shot in like an iPhone, since they're apparently like meant to be like so high tech and something, but I have no idea. The setting in New York is pretty well done, to be honest. Like, I feel, even though I visited New York around 4 years ago, bang on ish, yeah, I still feel it breathes New York. It's not a film where it claims to be set in New York, but it's like shot somewhere else, like New Jersey, I guess, or Atlanta, or Toronto, popular destinations. I think these are locations that I'm really familiar with. Like, yes, I know where it is. Like, New York. Like, it kind of feels a little bit more intimate and a little bit more authentic, the viewing experience, particularly the location. But of course, I think I could nitpick the product placements of Apple products in the film, like an iPhone and like an Apple laptop, because this is an Apple film, so maybe just forced advertisement like Emoji Movie, but at least it's not called the Emoji Movie 2 Electric Boogaloo. That's a good thing. What's really satisfying about this film is also Marlon Wayne's character, the husband of Rashida Jones's character, who, out of the rom-com films, yeah, I thought he was going to, my impression is that he's going to be kind of the out-of-touch, really distant husband, but he's mostly kind of a distant and really in-touch father, like Zoom calls him like every night, like, hey, I'm going, like, I'll be back soon, like, I feel like he's really likable, but his work is just pulling him away from his family. He just wants to spend more time with him. But Rashida Jones, of course, wants to know what she's doing, and is becoming very suspicious that one of his co-workers is having an affair with him. And Bill Murray, being possibly the most likeable character, let's face it, all three of these characters are incredibly likeable, takes matters to his own hand, not violently, just spying on him, like spying on his credit card, spying on his car, and spying on what he does in his work. Like, in one scene he shows Rashida Jones photos, but it's like him exiting a car and him eating a sandwich at his office. He's basically the kind of old cranky person that's kind of a little bit too overly suspicious on things. Sofia Coppola's On the Rocks, although I really enjoyed the film. The characters were likable, the writing is really great, the direction is good, and the humour is really nice as well. And of course, the antics of Bill Murray really sells the movie as it is. And of course, Marlon Wayne and Rashida Jones make a great couple due to their chemistry, and direction is brilliant, of course, and the writing is really on point, particularly with her film Lost in Translation. And of course, it has some nice cinematography and a really promising start for Apple TV, or Apple Original Films, what they're called. I'm feeling a bit of a light 8 out of 10 for this one. I really enjoyed this film. What do you think? This is Elijah Wells. Please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And this is Elijah Wells, and bye!